we got to take my show real quick.
You have a sweet Hanson?
Oh, yeah, he's my sweet Hanson. Of course, he thought he was like, they said, didn't you mean to say Stan Hansen? I said, no, I know. I don't know much, but I know my nickname.
If there was ever a nickname that I thought you would never use, it'd be Sweet Hanson.
Well, see, I run out of like good ones because everybody took them and quit. So now I just like whatever
Yeah, the Joel Deaton one was pretty obscure as well too.
Oh yeah,
so,
yeah. But the Shane McMahons and all them are still around. So now I used to put some thought into the nickname process, but now it's just.
Oh, you put thought into it because like, it took you 30 seconds to name me.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah. But I love it.
If you did put thought into it, you probably are the fastest.
But I love it when other people call you Bullet. I kind of like that, Bullet.
Yeah.
I think even your mom, I think, and Dad, maybe one time have slipped up and called you. I don't know.
Oh, and then certain people are like, oh, why do they call you Bullet? And I explain, I'm like, oh, I've never heard him call you Bullet. I'm like, obviously you haven't been around me and George, ever, at any point in time.
Somebody said, man, that Jake's comedian career's doing good. I said, who the heck's Jake?
Yeah.
Then they explained to me who Jake is. So I'm learning who Jake is. So, okay.
There we go.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another show. Dad, you don't work, you wrestle. You hear the claps. You know what time it is.
Yes.
George, how was your
weekend?
weekend?
I am so excited. We are back after our mid-fall hiatus from last week. Ain't that what that calls when the TV show, they go back into the reruns?
Yeah.
So, but we don't have reruns.
Walking Dead takes about 2 months. We take a week.
Yeah, we take a week. And you're not actually seeing a rerun, even though it looks like you're seeing a rerun. It's not a rerun. It's actually another brand new show. I'm not sure the number. We're closing. I don't think we like 160 yet.
We haven't hit 160 yet. We're very close.
Pretty close. So anyway, Bullet, just a great week. Thank you so much, Bullet, for returning from your travels. Of course, we'll get into it a little bit later, but you'll be doing some stuff tonight. Of course, by the time they see this,
it'll be over.
Unless it's like satellite delay, which they used to do that back in the day. But anyway, Bullet, just a great week, Bullet. Had a great time this past Saturday. I want to thank everybody. Real close to home, there in Concord, I shared with you about the OSWA, the Moose Lodge there. Good friend of mine, Steve, found the building. It had sat there empty for years and years. Starts drawing a decent little crowd, believe it or not. So what's the next thing that happens? Another outlaw group comes in. And of course, the building guy, who is all of a sudden making all kind of money on concession and everything else, goes up on the rent. So, which just reinstates our motto is if you find a building, don't advertise. Yep. Don't tell nobody. But anyway, I was able to go there Saturday, and what I love about these shows is they give our students here a great opportunity to come. So 3 of our guys got to go and work for Steve and them, and it was just a good experience for them to meet someone new and go in and work in a whole different ring, a whole different setting. I was very proud of our guys. Nobody died. They just need to slow down. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, just a great time, Bullet. And I want to thank Steve for that. He's trying to run once a month. The smart guy of that whole thing, I think, is the building guy, because now he went from nothing happening in his building to 2 wrestling events a month in his building. And you watch.
Is he willing to put on an open mic? Because every open mic place I'm going to is closing down. A lot of people places that are running like comedy shows are closing down.
Oh, that may be a good idea.
So they want comedy. I know people.
that may be a good idea. I just encouraged him to keep doing his thing, and I've never had a problem with a guy running a building. Just try to keep it going. I mean, don't come in there with junk. I mean, but anyway, who the heck am I? But just thank everybody, Bullet. I was able, believe it or not, I sold 2 books. Everybody said, yeah, so what? But I just look at it as an adventure every time I leave home, an exciting time.
Yeah, that's Concord. That's like you went up the street and sold 2 books.
That's exactly right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like, tell anybody to take 2 popsicles out of the refrigerator, go up the street, stand on a corner, and see if you can sell those popsicles.
Amen. Good point, Bullet, my great co-host.
Especially in the wintertime.
That's exactly right.
In the wintertime.
And that is, let me add this now, Bullet. Back from my old Bill Watts days, that is selling 2 books and bringing that money home. There was no expense. There was no overhead.
Yeah.
By driving 5 miles up your road, Bullet. So, we got you on that. But anyway, Bullet, so much going on this week, Bullet. This coming Saturday, Sonny and Cher will be together, I think, in Gastonia. PWX show will return back to the National Guard Armory. There.
Not return, debut for the first week.
Debut.
For PWX.
Debut.
It is special.
Yes, it is.
You are correct on that.
Yes.
But it is the debut in Gastonia, North Carolina.
PWX, yes.
There has been other wrestling there, but not anything
that's
like
exactly
PWX.
Right.
That is for sure.
That is very true. And it will almost
Mostly
be
because
like
they were dumb enough to put me in the main event.
Yes, that's exactly.
That's why there's nothing. Everybody else that's run that building usually put me on second, third, maybe fourth. No. I'll be much later in the card.
I kind of like that, boy, and it will be kind of a homecoming to me. And that building will always mean something to me. Of course, I've been at that building. There used to be an old armory in Gastonia back in the day that I was at, but this is a beautiful facility. Brian, of course, has made arrangements for parking. I've heard some comments early on about there isn't much parking there, which that's very true. But he's arranged something, and you can go to PWX website and find all that out. But there's plenty of parking, is what I'm saying. There's even very WWF WrestleMania shuttle-ish if you need it. Bullets. So all of that's been took care of. We hope to see everybody out this coming Saturday. Of course, the following week we're wide open with, of course, Big Time Wrestling, also AML Wrestling. There's just what was that John Denver song? No, maybe not John Denver, but it's good to be in Carolinas. Oh, what was that song, Bullet? Dang, I think it was John Denver or Bob Denver, Gilligan, I think. One of them. There was a song. It's good to live in Carolina or something. Anyway. I think I just butchered that.
Like Carolina on my mind.
Yes.
By,
James Taylor. Oh God, I knew it was one of them Taylor boys.
One of those folk singers.
Yeah, I know it was one of them Denvers.
Yeah.
Just by relation, by marriage. But anyway, just so much going on, Bullet. We got so much here tonight. Yeah, that's my new Sweet Hanson right there. You don't have a clue who he is. Maybe you'll go to YouTube and look him up. But anyway, a lot of stuff going on.
Or maybe
Bullet.
he'll go to the club that Sweet Hanson is on.
Oh, I know that. Oh man, this is a true story, Bullet. Sweet Hanson invited all the boys to this club one time in Charlotte. I think it's still there. He owned it at one time, but
not so much anymore. I saw a lot of police tape around it recently. I don't think it's going to exist too much longer.
Yeah, that's
a bad part of town.
Yeah, that's very true. And you know what's
might have been in a good part of town, but not right now.
Folks, if you come to Charlotte just driving by, you got to allow a little bit of time. Don't stop, but just go down Wilkerson Boulevard. That at one time, now like Bullet said, you keep your windows up and your doors locked now, but at one time that was kind of like the cruise. That was kind of like the hotbed of everything you could imagine was that there, and it actually was built up at one time. A lot of good little businesses.
Yeah, they're trying to do that now. But the thing is that concerns me is they just put in a 6,000 square foot gun shop, which I don't know why that was a good idea to triple the amount of guns that are on Wilkerson Boulevard in Charlotte.
Oh yeah,
but to each his own. To each his own.
Oh yeah, that's not good, boy. So what little growth that we have seen, I think they've just getting ready to do away with that growth. But anyway, I went there. They used to have the best, and I know people say, yeah, right, you went there, but I went there one time with the boys back in the day, and of course, and the only reason I went, believe it or not, boy, you can trust me, you know me, is Sweet Hanson. Ray Stevens. I'm sorry, Ray Stevens. Jimmy Snuka's partner at that time had just came into the Carolinas, and I was a big mark for Ray Stevens back in the day. And of course, he came in here, and I'd heard him over talk that he was there. So yes, Mr. Number One, George South, Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle, author of the second greatest book, went to the paper doll. I think it was leather and lace.
Now.
Yeah, paper. And I think it was like leather and lace or something.
Maybe at that time.
Paper doll.
It's paper doll.
Yeah, exactly.
Right now.
I actually went there one time, and I feel like I'm in confession right here, just to spend an hour with Ray Stevens.
Not with any of the girls, just with Ray Stevens.
I promise you, they could have been.
For that transaction, you give me 5 Hail Marys.
Boy, I was in so awe of Ray Stevens and finally getting one-on-one time with him. And he was just honestly, and it may have been his drink of choice that allowed him to open up to me. But we had way before the shoot tapes were cool. We did a shoot tape. I mean, and I was just in awe. Boy, we could have been in a hurricane with the world coming to an end, the earth splitting up through the middle, and I was still focused on. Matter of fact, I even think a couple times I was asked to dance because I was very steamboatish back then, and I just kind of waved it off. I just kind of did the hand before the hand was cool, boy. Seriously, because I was so engulfed with this man, Ray Stevens, and I got to spend an hour.
He was awesome. We have several hours of footage of him, 8mm footage of him that we've collected through a private
Folks,
collector. Unbelievable. The things that he's doing. Like,
that's right.
If he could be on TV today the way he bumps.
That's exactly right.
And what everybody knows about Ric Flair, Ray Stevens did it a decade
He sure
earlier.
did. He sure did, Bullet. And I'm just in awe of, our rings now. But some of the stuff he was able to do in some of those rings, they just nailed together. I mean, we're talking about the flip in the corner. I mean, Flair will tell you, Flair got it, unbelievable.
And bouncing off the ropes the way he did.
That's exactly right. And he was not a very big man. We're giving you a little education in pro wrestling history, but he was a small, very small guy. But anyway, just first class. So that was a very special moment. I did leave that out of the book, but anyway, maybe for book number 2. But anyway, a lot to go on book real quick before we hit the Idiot of the Week. You will be, and they'll see it too late for tonight. But
tonight I got a comedian. I'm gonna maybe not be in Winston-Salem this Thursday night. I'm gonna start making the trip up to Winston-Salem every Thursday to start doing some comedy up there, right next to Johnny and June's.
Oh, I love that.
Mostly because our regular open mic on Thursday here in the Charlotte area is closed, so I'm not gonna have to drive 90 miles. One way and back, just do comedy on Thursdays, and then let's see, this after that. Oh, Funny on the Fly will be at the Comedy Zone Sunday, February 28th, just after the Big Time Wrestling stuff.
Wow. And then a quick plug, if we could, my buddy, and you met him, Bullet, Michael, who is a lead singer. We actually did a PWX show in memory, if you can remember, Bullet, and he actually sung at that Armory, him and his band. But he has a new band, and this is kind of a big deal for me and him, well, for him and for me too, is they're actually going to debut their first concert at not Johnny and June's, and that's what made me think of the other place in Winston, Ziggy's. Ziggy's in Winston-Salem, and that is Friday night. So Signature South is the name of their band. How bad can they be with a name like that? That's all I'm saying, Bullet. Okay. So, and it's just kind of neat that they have been, Michael's been lead singing different bands for years, but they get a chance to play at Ziggy's this coming Friday. So I'll put a quick plug in for that. And they have gave me an open invitation. I may even set up a gimmick table at a rock concert. So we do everything. So just so much going on, Bullet. Before we leave here, got a lot of students, got a lot of stuff going on. Got to go see Vince and pull the shades. Just the idiots are running wild, Bullet, and it's almost comical because all you got to do, I used to have to, well, not really look for idiots because they're everywhere, but you really ain't got to turn over many rocks.
You had to like poke your head up. Now, you got your head down, you're alone,
exactly.
You're texting whoever, and, or you're checking the Journey's upcoming dates,
that's exactly
whatever
right.
On your
that's
phone.
That's exactly right.
And they're going to be like waving their hand in front.
That's exactly right. And this special, the Idiot Bag itself, has been contacted to do its own TV show, but it ain't big enough to leave us yet, like one of the Dukes of Hazzards did back in the day. Remember, I think John Sider left when he got a little push. But anyway, but this has actually grown a life of its own. Bullet,
it's not going to do Patrick Duffy on us.
That's exactly right.
Then come back, and then we've got to explain why it's back. And just negate the entire
season. Then tell all the viewers that you're nuts, that
that entire season you saw didn't happen.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. Forget that you saw that.
Don't go Patrick Duffy on us.
That's exactly right. So. Very stay, which I'm always very thankful for, and it makes me think of the Moose, Darrell Johnson for the Cowboys, who played his whole career for the Cowboys, and towards the last 2 years, of course, after about 4 Super Bowls, everybody wanted him, but he took less money. I think of Bill Bates, who was that great linebacker for the Cowboys. Also, just throwing out some names here.
I haven't heard in a while.
That's right, and they stayed with the same team as we're hoping that our bag will do. So, anyway, with all that being said, so much going on, but just a quick one this week. I had, what's so neat is we have our great fans, all 3 of them, actually sending us in Idiot of the Week. And we got to find a way like charge.
Yeah.
I think we're going to start a GoFund account for you to donate as you donate an Idiot of the Week.
Or just tweet at me and figure out what my PayPal account is, and you can just deposit
that's
my
exactly
account.
right.
We'll take care of it.
And we will take the best one or the biggest donation, and we'll put it in Idiot Bag. But with all that being said, I just thought this was kind of fun because I think, everything's at work anyway. I don't care if it's politics, sports, whatever. But this is a quick one this week. I don't know if you just saw it. It just happened today. Of course, the politics situation is coming down. It's getting kind of cutthroatish. It's all a big work, Bullet, anyway. But I thought this, and I don't know one from the other. I personally, I'm waiting for us to run, Bullet. As soon as we get, we're getting ready to run. You're going to be, one of us is going to be the nominee. One of us is going to be president. The other is going to be vice president. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, that's beside the point. That ain't the idiots.
I've already got a fantastic Jesse Ventura impersonation. So I'm ready to go.
See, but we're not the idiots. We'll be the idiots after we run. But I just thought this was kind of, I don't know if you saw that today, and I just think it's kind of funny that Jeb Bush, I don't know, I'm probably not saying it right. He's running for the president. Well, I don't know if you saw that today, where which
I have a little bit of information. You tell the story. I'll give you a little information.
Yeah, and please correct me. I just think it's kind of very pro wrestling's cutthroatish. But I think Jeb Bush's domain name run out today, and so he didn't realize it. So Donald Trump bought it.
Well, here's the story behind that. After a little bit more investigation, apparently Jeb's domain was owned by somebody else, and he didn't want to buy it, so he never used that domain.
Oh.
It was Jeb Bush 2016. But see, the thing is, Donald Trump has all this money, so he bought it from the guy that owned it and then transferred it over. Then that kind of brings the light to the fact that, here's Trump making a lie, making a fool of somebody.
Yes.
So not only is he making a fool of somebody, he's also lying to everybody it is. So all you Trump supporters out there, and I've got a feeling that unfortunately a lot of our viewers are Trump supporters, which, God bless you, I understand. But at the same time, too, do you want somebody that's going to lie, make a lie to humiliate somebody? That's up to you.
So,
if that's what you want America to be, then vote for that America. And I don't want to vote for that America, and you can hate my guts for it. I don't have a problem with that.
So I am right, because I was going to throw, I was going to throw both of them in there. I mean, Donald Trump just for Donald Trump.
You definitely can't. You can throw both of them in there. I'm not sticking up for either. Okay.
But I thought, do we really want a guy running the country that hasn't sure if his domain bill is due?
Well, that's another thing too. Is like, if you're running for president, me buying a SoundCloud account for me to start another podcast, or the fact of me purchasing a Dropbox account, or me purchasing a website, what I'm saying? Those are big financial, and takes a big chunk out of my income. I think the percentage that me buying my Stranger in a Southern Land website, which is sslshow.com, for me to purchase that, it takes about the same amount of percentage of my income as it would have cost for Jeb Bush to drop the cash to get JebBush.com and not be humiliated that way. So if somebody like Jeb is not going to make that type of investment in himself and his candidacy, I don't feel bad for you.
That's exactly right.
And at the same time, too, Donald Trump, you're a liar. Yeah. So, you can call me boring. You can call the show boring. We've said it here on the show before.
And folks, that's why we're here. We're here to educate you. We're here to sell you a book. We're here to inform you on everything that's going on, and we're here each week. So I can say that we can put both of them in an idiot bag.
Please do.
It's well deserved.
Please do.
But brother, take it from another guy that's got a domain, and mine ain't much, but I know yearly. And ain't it something that your domain name just has to be redid a year, right, Boyd? Is that right? I think you just
and if you're on Squarespace.com, if you want to be a sponsor of Squarespace, please, you sponsor everybody else on my Squarespace account, and they've got automatic renewal, so this problem doesn't come up.
That's right.
I feel like I'm reading ad copy.
I love that. I love that, Boyd. We're here, folks. That's all we're here for. Okay, you can thank us later. Thank us at the shows. We're just here to inform you, to pay attention, keep your eye out there, and the biggest thing is just to update that. Pay for that domain name if you need.
Or set up all the renewal.
That's exactly right. So the two candidates in here, similar goofies, but both of them's going in anyway.
Yeah, and if you want to put more in there, that's fine.
Exactly, very good. So folks, but good luck tonight as you continue that journey. I'm telling you. I'm there, already signed, sealed, booked, delivered. When you and Bob, Rodney Dangerfield, bless his heart, passed away, but I can't do it. But if you and Bob Goldway, what is his name? Bobcat. If y'all headline, boy, I don't care if it's in Alaska. If y'all headline together, I'm there. Okay? Just to sit down like I did with Ray Stevens and discuss all the police academies. Okay. Boy, I'm just such a big mark. That's where I'm hoping your career, you start out comedian-ish, and then you, like the rapper 50 Cent, bro. You realize how many movies he's made? I mean, he started out rapping. Brother's got like 42 movies. It's a true story. He's got 42 movies under his belt, just doing extras and so anyway.
And maybe 3 good ones.
Yeah, 3 good ones. That's exactly right.
And that's a joke from Meatloaf. So Meatloaf's like, I've been in 50 films, and about 12 of them were good.
That's exactly right. So anyway, so I'm hoping, and I see that in your future, Bullet, that there will be some TV shows coming. That's how you start. You get your foot in the door, and comedian. And then you're gonna do that. I'm gonna be with everything. I'll let you shoot me in an alley in a Chuck Norris movie. So anyway, a lot of stuff going on, Bullet. But we reminded all the politicians, don't be stupid. Pay for your domain name, and whether you got a domain name or not, and I'm just grabbing for something here. But anyway, but what you can get, even if you forget, because it's always available, is
the second greatest book of all time at highspots.com, which is a domain that is renewed every year, folks.
Oh, thank you.
And if you want to know more about what me and Joe are doing on the weekend, especially since we're together this weekend, make sure you follow me on Twitter at ManScoutManning and on Instagram at ManScoutManning. This has been another edition of Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle.
Good show, boy. Man, you ready to walk right out on stage now, boy?
Yeah,
at the Comedy Zone. You just go straight from here to the Comedy Zone.
Sure.
You know,
I might shave my face too, so something like that.
Like most wrestlers do. They just get out of the car and go to the ring, boy.